He'll be facing. It's the Mexican monster. This bout, you can tell both of these fighters. And there's the bell for round one. The straight right just misses. Oh, and now they're just rubbing it in. Really good buzz in the air tonight. This crowd waiting for something special.
Can you imagine walking into this, Todd? Walking into an arena with such noise, people chanting your name. You can't even hear your corner man whispering in your ear. I've been in situations like that where it can be terrorizing if you haven't got your wits about you.
Good jab to the body. Fundamentals always help. Those who thought this would be a mismatch, you are sorely wrong.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
Nice counter. They stop the hook there. That jab won't score. Well done with that counter shot. A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. Let's talk about David Benavidez that last round. Well, we've just taken a big breath, and here we go again. That last round was huge for him, Johnny. How does he keep the momentum going?
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Sometimes when you're fighting a counter fighter, the rounds can get a little boring. You get trigger shy because you know if you throw a punch, one is coming right back at you.
Counter-puncher's my favorite kind of fighter. A good counter-puncher, they're the people that make the history of our sport.
That jab doesn't score. They both want a knockout, you can tell. How about that time counter shot? This counter fighter believes in the anything you can do, I can do better. They'll let you throw a punch first, and they'll answer you and usually hit you harder.
If you're fighting a counter puncher, you've got to dummy a shot. Make them react from that, then react then. I know it's hard to think that way, but counter punchers, they're watching you every move, that every twitch.
When are we going to see a jab from these two? Nice. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Benavidez that last round. Talk about a one-sided 3 minutes. We just saw it.
As long as they don't get complacent.
Here we go in round 3. Who's going to land the first big shot? Coming off that fantastic last round, let's see if he can keep his momentum going.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Punch, counter punch. Gotta let your hands go a little bit. It's okay to be aggressive now. They exchange punches. Couldn't land that jab. Catch and shoot. I can't believe we're only halfway through the round.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. She's like a match made in heaven.
Nice counter shot. Every time he throws a punch, a receipt is coming right back. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. Those counter punches have to hurt. I guess showboating is part of their plan. And he misses with that jab. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Let's talk about David Benavidez in that last round. Well, there was no doubt about who won that round.
You can't leave it up to the judges.
Here we go in round 4. Who's going to land the first big shot? Well, there's no doubt about who won that last round. Let's see what he has for us here in the next one.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Both know who the bigger power puncher is. There's a significant power difference. How would you handle that?
The middleweights are the best you can ever come across. Obviously, the glamour weight is a heavyweight, but the middleweight is the size of the average man or woman. When you get in there and you're letting the shots go, you've got power, you've got speed, you've got pace. You can stand, you can dance, you can do everything. We can look back in history. You know the amazing fights at middleweight are ridiculous. That is what writes our history books.
Very competitive round here so far.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
Good counter punching. The straight right just misses. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. Jab not finding its target. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Let's talk about Benavidez that last round. They've got the momentum, they've got the advantage. How do they carry that into the next round?
Dominance, without a doubt, made it look so easy.
Great work. I love that jab slip. Go out there.
Back into the fray here in round 5. They've got all the momentum on their side after that last round. Let's see what they do here.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
He threw a punch and just got countered. What do you think of what we've seen so far from these two boxers, Johnny?
This is when you get in the ring feeling like you're King Kong because you know you've got a chin that is not going to get dented.
Both men step back for just a moment. You'd like to see more jabs. He wasn't ready for that counter punch. Nice counter punch right up the middle. You can tell one of these fighters is starting to fade. What does he need to do to get back in this contest?
Middleweights always gives us a class. If you've got two class middleweight fighters, you are in for action. I'm quite sure right now, if you know your boxing, there's a certain fighter, I would just say marvelous, but some fighters were unbelievable middleweight.
Very close round with 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about David Benavidez that last. This is the beginning of round 6. That round was complete domination. Let's see if we can shake things up here in this round.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
The perfect counter lands. Swing and a miss with that jab. In the early rounds of a fight, you'll see two boxers feel each other out, test each other's power, and I think this boxer has decided I can walk through anything that lands.
Todd, you know what? Sometimes when I've done in the ring with fights like that, and you punched him, you just want to run. You want that spaceship to come and lift you out there because you think, what the hell am I going to do now?
This has been a very competitive round between these two.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them. More than happy.
They are not going to let this one go to the judges. There's a counter shot. I don't think it's going to be a boxing match. This is going to be a fight. Beautiful counter punch. This round could go either way. 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about David Benavidez in that last round. Well, round 7, here we go. So not the best round, but let's see if they can turn it around here.
This is one of those situations. You've just been hurt, you've got to get out there again. Be smart, be sharp. Don't be a fool, don't get suckered in. Make him fight your fight. Hold him, tie him up, just until your head clears again and your legs come back again. Because if you don't, he's going to pop you off.
What do you think of this fight so far, Johnny?
This could be really intimidating, Todd. If you know somebody's got the punch power, someone's got the speed, it can be intimidating. Just depends on how confident you are as a fighter.
Perfect counter shot. Which one of these athletes is going to say, I can't take it anymore? Back and forth they go in this round. The momentum continues to shift.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. She's like a match made in heaven.
That counter shot lands. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there would be some more action here. As we enter the final frames of this bout, Johnny, what have we seen so far?
Look back in the history books. Some of the best fighters in the world were the middleweights. Yes, the glamour division is the heavyweights, we know. But I'm telling you now, you look right there, these guys are on it. Fast, sharp, powerful.
Very close round with 10 seconds to go. Roy Jones Jr. in trouble. Let's talk about Benavidez that last round. I promise you, all three judges here are going to give that round to you. Round 8, and we're off again. Last round, complete domination. Let's see what we have in store for us here.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Good counter punch. Walk away from each other and then run right back into trouble. No rest for the weary. There's no doubt that this fighter's power can change the fight around in an instant. You can't afford to make one single minor mistake.
It's the one who draws first blood, Todd. That's what you've got to look at. If you can hit, and you know you're in there with a banger, you've got to be on it, but you've got to be confident.
You'd like to see more jabs. That uppercut doesn't get through. You hear people talk about a boxer's chin. Do they have a good chin? Do they have a glass jaw? Those are questions that are being answered here tonight.
Work the body, frustrate them, take the mind off the chin, take the mind off protecting everything around that. Work the body, use tactics. Sometimes it's all right to actually outbox a fight and beat them on points.
Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. No surprise as we get